It's Week 13 of the NFL, and we'll see this team's superstar wide receiver. Big plays follow him around. He comes in second in the NFL in receiving yards. Great game in store for y'all, and it kicks off
What better way to start off the afternoon than with some football,
NFL 25.
It's time to get things started here on the NFL on EA Sports. All right, football fans, settle in because we got bragging rights on the line in this one. Kate Scott Brock here with you. We get set for a division rematch. Brock, one side seeking a sweep, and the other looking for some revenge after how that first showdown went.
What do they say about familiarity? Familiarity does what?
It breeds something, Brock. It breeds, contempt.
It breeds contempt. These teams don't like each other. They can fake it. They can say all the right things in the paper. They don't want any bulletin board material. But the fact is, you know your division foes better than anybody, and they know you. And that familiarity does.
To kick off, here's Riley Patterson. And here we go. 4 quarters of football headed your way. And he's going to make this to the 28 before going down. Well, out comes their offense for its first possession of the game. And it's their 5th-year quarterback leading the charge.
I think we could give them a pass from last week because they still found a way to win, and that's the ultimate job of a quarterback. But those interceptions, that's not what we're used to seeing out of him week to week. The 2 touchdowns, though, well, that's the bar he wants to hit each and every time out, and when he gets there, usually good things follow.
Caught by the open man. And he's out of bounds after getting this to the opposing 45. One play in, and this drive is already into enemy territory.
First and 10 at the 45-yard line.
On first down, here's Stafford. Got a man, Bowers has it. And he has it to the 42 before they make the stop. Second down now, 7 to go.
Brings up 2nd and 7 at the 42-yard line.
Off the play fake, it's Stafford. He fires one deep down the middle. A lot of players around this one, and it is intercepted. And he adds some yards to the pick before they bring him down. Wow, what an exciting start to this game, Brock. Apologies to the former QB and you. It's not an opening drive touchdown, but an interception instead.
Yeah, exciting for one side. That would be the defense. Demoralizing for the other side as an offense. First salvo, listen, it goes to the defense. And now it really sets the stage for what I love and what you love, Kate. In this game of adjustments, in the game of back and forth, who's going to respond next?
So they come on offense now, ready for their opening drive. And bringing them out now, a quarterback who really knows how to make something exciting happen.
2 numbers that a lot of people were focused on from his performance last week. That would be 3 and 0, as in touchdowns and interceptions. That's a quarterback who was efficient, aggressive in the right spots.
Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. And the big play drives them backwards. Second down coming up.
First couple snaps, first drive of the game, it's all about who can land that opening punch. Gain that first advantage in a game-long back and forth. Well, that opening punch was a solid cross, maybe even an uppercut that caught him right on the job. It sets an immediate tone for this defense. Well, that's one you chalk up to the pressure earning that incompletion. They came in before he could find a target, hit him, altered that last-second attempt to get rid of it.
Finds his back complete. And this one does not go far. So 4th down on heads, Braden Mann for the punt. He was only needed twice in last week's win, and he gets this one away. And hey, at least he held onto the football, but they will get nothing on that return. The home teams and their quarterback ready to take over once again. And it's been such an incredible season for him. As we play our final month of football, he's leading the NFL in passing yards. First down now, ball at the 39-yard line. Now the first carry for Nick Chubb. And he drives ahead for good yardage up to the 45. We get a look at his rushing numbers from last week here. What he was able to do in support of that win. 2nd and 3 now.
Let's go. Bring it. Roll. Bronco switch. Rock attack. Panther. No.
Chubb. And that's good yardage with a new set of downs.
Offensive coordinators tell us all the time, big runs only happen with coordinated efforts. Great block in the spring of guys hitting blocks downfield and a back who can show off his wheels.
Complete here to Dallas. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. They rip off a big chunk of field, and it sets them up with 1st and goal.
So many cool fundamentals on display right there, Kate. Put the ball in your hands, number one. Don't turn your eyes away from it before it gets to you. And when you've got that catch secured, snap that head forward and find that space upfield to turn a good play into a great play.
From the red zone now. He's smartly won't risk something here and just chucks it away. So the incompletion on 1st. Here's 2nd and goal. They give inside to Chubb. And he's able to tip this one in for the touchdown. These guys take a 6-0 lead in the 1st quarter. It's a Nick Chubb touchdown. They kept it on the ground as opposed to airing it out, and that time, well, Brock, the ground game paid off.
Well, these great rushing attacks down here that could score rushing touchdowns, it takes the whole party getting involved. Yeah, the burst of the running back was tremendous. How about the launch of his blockers right off the line of scrimmage? That's a touchdown the entire way, and it took the entire group offensively.
His kick is good, for the moment at least, as we've got a flag down on the field. I think they're going to get him for hitting the kicker.
Roughing the kicker. Defense.
So they tag him for roughing the kicker. And now this kickoff's going to come from the 50. Let's see if they loft in and try to stick him deep. Now is York to kick this one away. And no return as this bounces through the end zone for a touchback. 1st and 10 now from the 30. Looking out of the gun, it's Rodgers. Finds him on the crossing route. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a 1st down. A pickup there of 39. And they'll have 1st down.
You know, Kate, we often talk about flipping the field in special teams, right? A kick return, a good punt. Well, an explosive play like that does the exact same thing. Look at the difference in field position. By hitting on that shot, you've totally flipped the field and the tone of this drive.
Going on 1st down, Rodgers. Cut at the 10-yard line. Big gainer here as he picks up 20. And it'll give him a 1st down. Working inside the red zone. Has it in close. And he's tackled after gaining a handful. Throwing once again, Rodgers. And he finds him in the end zone for the touchdown. These guys reach pay dirt for the 1st time this game. It's plays like this that make him so well regarded across this league, Brock.
Yeah, such just a difference-making receiver, Kate.
Yep.
You expect him to be the target down here. You did, I did, the defenders did. But what makes him a star is even when people know his number's being called, he still finds a way to deliver.
Patterson tacks on the extra point. And these guys tie this game 7-7. Here's Patterson now to kick this away. Nicole Hardman now on the return. And look at this return. His return reaches that 34-yard line before he stopped. The home team's headed back out on offense. Their quarterback returning to the field now. And he's been one of the best at leading an offense this season. As you can see, he's at 2nd in the NFL right now in touchdown passes. Stafford now on first down. Looking slant route complete. And he's brought down after a nice gain and a first down.
I love throwing a first down. And when you see a first down pass just like that, it's taking advantage of a matchup you plan for and you go out and execute.
Throwing now on first down. Stafford has him on the quick hitter. And he drives this across midfield and down into enemy territory.
That is the epitome of staying on schedule. That kind of completion right there on first down. Well, it opens up the entirety of the playbook for second down. Third and short in your back pocket, you can get even more aggressive and take that shot.
And he'll pick up enough to move the chains.
When you see play action, do all you can to get your eyes to the tight end, because that's their bread and butter. That play action gives him time off the line, helps trip a rusher, or even helps sell that fake. And when he releases, he gets out, he gets some leverage. He gets to that edge before the defender can cover him.
Second down now, 7 to go.
Brings up second and 7 at the 36-yard line.
Now Stafford again. Throw secured by George Pickett. And it's good yardage, but they tackle him short of the sticks. Here we go, third and less than a yard. Chubb going for the marker. And they bring him down. Looks like he got it to the 27. 2 yards on the pickup. And that'll give him a first down. Stafford from the gun. That throw finds Pickens. And he's short of the first after a mild gain. 2nd and 6 coming up here.
2nd and 6 at the 24-yard line.
Shotgun snap to Stafford. Hits him on the out route. And he's tackled with the first down yardage.
1st and 10 at the 15-yard line.
Stafford back to throw. And he just gets rid of it. Knew he had a couple of plays left. Didn't want to take a risk there on first down. So after the incompletion, here comes the second down call. Working from the gun. Here's Stafford. That's to his back, Nick Chubb. And that will not be enough for a first down.
Just get this guy touches. I don't care how, I don't care when. Just find unique ways to get this running back the ball, and over time, he's going to make a pay.
He has the touchdown! So, Brock, this offense starting to find its rhythm a bit as they finish things with a touchdown there to give them the lead.
And the key word there that we said is finish, because you want to have that mindset, even early in the game, that field goals aren't going to cut it. So that's great work to make sure they finish with 6 points.
York now for the extra point. The point after splits the uprights. And his guys take the lead here, 14-7 in the first. On now is York to kick this one away. Fielded at the 7. And this return gets to the 30 before he stopped. The visitors ready for their next series. Led out on offense by their quarterback. And he already has a passing touchdown in this game. As you can see, that's what he's done with regularity all year, sitting among the NFL leaders in that category. First down throw by Rodgers. Toward the sideline, and he's got it. And he's able to move it past the 45 before going out. That play good for 17 and a first down. Great start to the drive. They're up in the neighborhood of midfield after just one play. To the air here on first down, Rodgers. And he just hooks this one away. Wasn't going to risk a throw or force something. That brings up second down. They're going play action. Looking right, and he finds him. And he's out of bounds after getting this one to the opposing 45-yard line. Short yardage situation here. It's 3rd and 2. Takes the handoff, now to throw. Complete beyond the marker. And he runs this to the 25 before being brought down. It's a gain of 19 on the play. And that'll be a first down.
Good offenses. Okay, good play callers know how to utilize their personnel. They know where they wanted them. They wanted them in a route in space where he could make that initial play comfortably, but then go to work after it.
All right, set now, 1st and 10. Throwing it again here. He's on the move. He's running with it. And he'll go down here at the 16.
You know, Kate, they always say that QB clock, you know what it's more like? It's more like an alarm, especially in a situation like that. It's a good thing he woke up to it, able to make something out of nothing and at least keep him moving forward.
Handoff on 2nd and short. And he's caught behind the line for a loss.
Kate, it's amazing how fast these guys are on the field and how fast your fortunes can turn. 2nd and short run, you're feeling good about yourself. With a negative play, well, now comes a critical 3rd down.
To the wall again. And he's dropped just short of the marker, maybe a yard away.
That's one of those plays, Kate, as an offense, it just sticks with you a little bit. It bothers you that you just can't convert on a very manageable down and distance. And on the other side, it sure gives you some confidence defensively to get off the field.
Offense staying out there. It's 4th and 1. They give it to him again. And he's brought down a little short. No, actually they do give him the 10-yard line. They come through with 6 yards there, Brock, and they're rewarded with a new set of downs. They have themselves another 1st and 10. This time it's a passing play. He brings it in. Touchdown! It seems like a lot of the time, Brock, even if the results aren't quite as flashy every rep, tight ends are even more reliable scorers than a lot of receivers are when it comes to the passing game.
Yeah, I would agree with that, but there's also a lot more real estate for them to work with, right? Think of the receivers. They got to deal with the sidelines, that 12th defender. Many of these tight ends, they've got a ton of field to work with, and when they prove to the quarterback they can be a difference maker, he'll look for him.
Patterson on for the extra point. Right down the middle, it's good. And these guys tie things up at 14. Here's Patterson now to kick this away. Hardman with a return. This return makes it up to the 25. Drive starts out with a 1st and 10. Off the play fake, it's Stafford. Sheds off a rusher. That won't be caught outright. It's incomplete.
Hey, I know nobody's perfect. And all you have to do is listen to me and how many words I screw up. But you certainly expect those throws of that length to be 100%. They've got to be borderline automatic in this offense.
Back to the air we go on 2nd. Stafford avoids him. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop him. And that pushes them back. 3rd down coming up.
Kate, I've seen a one-step drop. I've seen a 3, a 5, a 7. Some of the boots and play actions, you get more depth. But a 20-step drop? That's not going to cut it. Except for this defense, it just adds a whole bunch of negative yards to that play.
So not an enviable spot here as they come up on 3rd and very long. To throw, Stafford. Cover man is there, and he harmlessly knocks it away. Incomplete. That one vehemently swatted away. So that brings up 4th and long.
That's just simply great positioning to swat the ball away. He stayed in a spot where he could disrupt the throw before the target and make a play on it.
Punt team is on now, and they get this away. He'll start from the 39. And he gets his guys a few yards before they bring him down on the return. That punt goes 63 yards. And they're going to take over possession. Football on that 47-yard line, first down. Back now, pressure on its way. Oh, he can't escape. He's brought down. And a big play drives them backwards. Second down coming up. Trying again, following the sack. Completed over the middle. He's only going to manage to get back to the line. Tyson Campbell, the man on that tackle. So not an enviable spot here as they come up on third and very long. That's completed right side. And the tackle's made just beyond midfield at the 48. Well, these top-tier offenses have brought the firepower so far. Plenty of points in that first quarter. Both teams neck and neck so far. More of the NFL on EA Sports right after this. Brayden Man on the punt. And he wants to hit his second effort just as well as he hit his first. His first punt win 50. This is away and looks even better. And his job's done, and it is a job well done. That punt fights deep into enemy territory, out of bounds at the 7. Here comes their offense out again. Their last drive didn't make it very far before they had to punt it away, partner, so hopefully this one has some better legs to it. And the drive will start out with a 1st and 10.
Hey, check, bring it, roll.
Here's Stafford. That one is incomplete. Couldn't hang on through the contact.
I think that was a throw, Kate, that just came a little bit too late. What it did is it gave that defense time to come up and deliver a pop and knock the ball loose before he could secure it fully.
Stafford to throw again on second. Avoids the sack. Finds a man right side. And he gets him around 6 there. Will Anderson Jr. in on a stop. Chance to move the chains here on 3rd and 4. Stafford now. Finds him over the middle. And he'll pick up enough to move the chains.
You know, they call the money down for a reason, because you're just simply not going to last long in the NFL if you don't convert a good portion of your 3rd downs. It's the money down. And nice to see them roll the dice and continue the series.
Chubb running out of the gun. And they love to see him fighting forward, but he only gets him 3.
Okay, that's a run that's ho-hum on the stat sheet, but if you see a bigger play on the ground later on, it'll largely be because of a play just like that one, softening up the front and opening the door for a bigger gap in the future.
He'll take the option to the right on 2nd down. And once again, he doesn't manage much before getting brought down. Here they come. This is 3rd and 5.
Brings up 3rd and 5.
Back to throw. Here's Stafford. He had it for a moment, but a great defensive play to jar it loose. Incomplete. Trying to find Brock Bowers. And that leaves them with 4th and 5. So out now comes the punter. This is away, and once again, he's caught all of it. He's got this at the 27. And he's brought down before the return gets far. Call that a 64-yard punt officially. And it's going to be their football coming up. The offense getting set to go. They were only on the field for 3 plays their prior series, Brock. Let's see what changes they make to take over here. And he's into the front for a gain of about 2. 8 yards to go. Let's see how they approach this 2nd down. Here's a throw. been staying busy. Once again, he's out to punt and sends this flying. Escapes a defender. Another awesome move. And he didn't quite break it, but still an excellent return that gets him up near midfield. The home teams are being led back out there on offense by their quarterback. And he sure has put on that chef's hat to dice up their defense early in this one. Quite the appetizer that he's prepared to what could be a great overall performance. And he runs into a wall there. Multiple defenders ready to stop him cold at the line. 2nd and 10. Need to get some positive yardage here.
At their 49-yard line.
Now Stafford to throw. Dialing up a receiver screen. And he's going to go down right along the midfield stripe.
How's your block shedding out there, boys? Because they need to get through some blocks to hang that screen up quickly. And they were Johnny on the spot.
Throwing is Stafford on 3rd. Brought in around the sideline. Just need an official ruling. And they say catch. Great play. It's a gain of 12 there. And they're going to have a first down.
I'm not sure how this defense let that guy slip through him like that. On 3rd down, nonetheless, he took that snap as an opportunity. Man, did he make an impact play.
Here's Chubb up the middle. And he works this to the 38 before going down. Manages just a yard on 1st down. Now it's going to be 2nd and 9.
Brings up 2nd and 9.
Shotgun snap to Stafford. He has room past the 25. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. They rip off a big chunk of field, and it sets him up with 1st and goal.
I may love watching a great thrower, but I love watching a well-done route too, Kate. Make that guy think you're trying to stack him only to drop your hips, cut right inside. Some good work to help reset those chains.
Going jumbo set on this 1st and goal. From the red zone now. Looking end zone, but touchdown denied. Knocked away, incomplete.
I'll tell you what that deflection right there, Kate, tells me. That defense was following and reading the quarterback's eyes. Knew exactly where that throw was going. And it takes a little bit of intuition, a little bit of feel. He's able to get his hands on it and knock it out of bounds.
What a hit, and the ball's loose. And out of bounds inside the 5. Woo, the sideline saves him there. So a crisis averted a moment ago, but their reward, a really tough 3rd down here. Into the end zone, but someone's able to knock it away. That's incomplete.
You know, it's tough to succeed at linebacker in most defenses if you can't hold your own in coverage. They rely on you to break up throws just like that and take some of the stress off the secondary.
Groupie sends it through, and they've taken back the lead.
Well, I know once that drive stalls out, that's where it really pays to have that reliable kicker on the sideline ready to bail you out. And he knocks that one right through to give him the lead.
Return coming from the 6. He's got a lane up past the 30. Some good work on that return. Brock gets this up to the 33. Back out runs their offense. Ball at the 33 for 1st down. Out of the shotgun, they'll give it to him inside. He's still looking for the play that sparks the ground game as that one stopped for a loss. That was the rookie from Nebraska who got him down.
Sometimes the surprises work out for a nice game. And sometimes, well, those surprises, they don't surprise anybody, and you're left hoping your running back just gets up.
Another carry for him. And he's down after getting this up to the 41.
This dude was just not going to be stopped. Not by the first defender. Heck, not even by the second one who was able to bring him down. No, it took a few shots before this crew could finally get this beast down.
Back-to-back carries here. And they'll take him down at the 43-yard line. 3 3 yards there and enough to move the chains. Let's see how they attack this first down, Brock, from the 43. Out of the gun, they'll give it to him inside. And he'll cross the 50 and start pushing onto the opposing side of the field. Give him 9 yards. He almost moved the chains there. It's going to be 2nd and 1. From the 48. He'll dump this one off to his running back, complete. And they get there to take him down right around the 41. A new set of downs forthcoming. It's 1st and 10. Looking to the air here. Has him on the quick hitter. And he'll get this down at the 33-yard line.
Well, things weren't about to end after the first hit or the second. This tight end had a vision for what he wanted to happen after the catch. He was going to take on all comers to try to make it a reality.
And he's brought down for a loss. All plays on the table here for 3rd and 3. Shotgun snap, looking to throw. He has the first over the middle. And he's down inside the red zone before hitting the deck. They're now set for 1st and 10. Working inside the red zone. Short pass brought in. And this one doesn't go far.
That's a pretty similar result to a first down run play. Moves it forward, keeps you on schedule, and makes 2nd and 3rd down a whole lot easier to manage.
Handoff now out of the gun. And they make the stop as that play reaches the 14-yard line. It's a 4-yard pickup, and they need the same now here on 3rd down. Throwing with a blitz on the way. That's caught for the first. And he'll be taken down at the last possible moment. He's at the 1. That's a gain of 13, and it sets him up with 1st and goal.
You're not going to last long in the National Football League if you don't convert a good chunk of your 3rd downs. Nice find there to continue the series.
They'll try and punch it in. He's into the end zone. Touchdown. Patterson on for the extra point. Extra point sent right down the middle. And his guys take a 4-point lead.
21, our home team, 17.
Here's Patterson now to kick this away. Here's a return from the 7. And pretty solid field position starting out here, Brock. He's tackled at the 29. This offense and their quarterback making their way back out there, ready to take over once again. And we're all hoping his hot start can continue. He's been putting up some numbers early in this contest. Stafford now on 1st down. It's another first half mistake. He's intercepted again. And they bring him down after the pick and decent return.
Well, that's now his 2nd time that he's put his defense in a tough spot. That's a hard thing about playing quarterback, Kate. You know, with these interceptions and now the 2nd on the day, you're asking your defense again to step up to another series, another possession, another challenge. This quarterback's got to start protecting the football.
The visitors back out on offense. Their running back headed out once again. And I'm pretty sure, Brock, they hadn't even all sat down on that sideline yet to rest. And now they're right back out there with a great chance to repeat their last touchdown.
And you will take that every day of the week and twice on Sundays. You don't mind at all. You got that defense right now.
Fights off the tackle, but he lost the ball. He left the ball behind. And they pick it up. Time to push for that marker. It's a double-digit gain, 10 yards, and now they've got 1st and goal. Trying to throw here out of the gun. Cut near the goal line. And that play is brought to a halt, so they're going to stay at the 5-yard line. Second and goal coming up, 5 yards to the end zone.
At the 5-yard line.
They give it to him up the middle. And he's able to get back to the line, but that is all. Nothing for him on that play as we've hit the 2-minute warning. So a crazy first half has finally reached the 2-minute warning. Buckle up, it's third and goal. Back to throw. And no one had a shot at that. It's at the back of the end zone, incomplete.
Just something off in the rhythm of the passing game on that one, Kate. Time to recalibrate and keep throwing it to get back on track.
Koo able to put it through. And add 3 to their lead as it extends to 7.
In that close, in the red zone, you know they're upset. They couldn't finish the drive with a touchdown. It's only half the points, but at least there's something to show for the possession.
Boy, shows it first on this return. They'll bring him down on the return as he gets this to the 33. The offense headed back to the field. And this drive, Brock, hopefully longer than that last one. They were only out there one play before they were picked off.
They're kind of a good chance right now to see how risk-averse these guys are offensively. A lot of game left. They could give the passing game a little breather and start this one on the ground.
Throwing now on first down. Stafford. Complete over the middle. And he's going to bring it up to the 40-yard line before he stopped. This ball's cut by Bowers. And he'll get it up to the 44. Offense in the hurry up here. Got for big yards on the right side. And he breaks into enemy territory before being stopped on a huge gain. They'll break the huddle and come up on first and goal.
It's a gain of 48.
Now Stafford again. And the catch is made for the touchdown. When you reach the status that he has around the league, Brock, well, we all, at this point, expect him to be making plays like this when he's targeted down near the end zone.
Yeah, I think the best thing I can say about this dude is he makes it look easy a lot of the time. And this game, trust me, is never easy. It speaks to how well he plays this position.
York now for the extra point. The point after splits the uprights. And these guys tie this game up. Now it's York to kick this one away. Starting from the 5. And a decent return ends as they bring him down inside the 30. The offense returning to the field now as we get a look at their wideouts. Not a whole lot of time left for him to put something together here before the break. The clock reads 24 seconds now as the final drive of this half begins. Play action on first down. Throwing the out route complete. And he almost reaches the 45 before going out. Let's see how they attack this first down, Brock, from the 43. They'll throw it. Now he's past the 25. And that is a touchdown. These guys take the lead just before halftime. I love plays like this, Brock. Sometimes you just got to ask your dude, show me what you got, man. Show off those wheels, and he did just that.
Yeah, beauty in simplicity, right?
Yep.
Now, when you run that fly route, you got to win right from the jump. And you got to protect yourself from the sideline, too. Don't get pushed to the boundary. Give your quarterback room to throw it up. You can find pay dirt.
Patterson able to connect on the point after. And his guys break that tie and now lead by 7.
Our home team, 24.
Here's Patterson now to kick this away. And the kickoff is into and then out of the end zone. Touchback. This drive starting from the 30. All right, keeping it simple. They're just going to call a give right up the middle. And he found some running room for a nice gain. Just before halftime, we get a timeout taken. Back to throw it. That throw finds Pickens. And he's able to move past the 45 before going out. So here comes the kicking unit. I cannot believe they're going to try for this one. It's a deep shot for him from that left hash. Well, he certainly gave it his all in pursuit of the record, but his kick doesn't connect from significant distance. And the deficit stays at 7.
In all these amazing games we get to call together, Kate, that's going to go down as one of the more puzzling decisions we have ever seen. It'll be a memorable field goal try for both. I feel like we'll be talking about it for some time, but not for the right reasons. Sheesh.
And this kick is good. He needed to get all of it there, and he did. We have reached halftime. Already a full game's worth of excitement in just 2 quarters. Now we'll toss things to Jonathan Coachman in our Orlando studios for the EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach, what you got?
All right, Kate, we'll get back to you and Brock in a bit. For now, plenty of...
Not a big window for those halftime speeches. They're right back out of the locker room and set to resume play with the 3rd quarter. This return starts at the 5. And this will give them decent field position. The return gets out to the 30. This offense headed back to the field, led by their receiver. And he hasn't been a stranger to the end zone this season. No, sir, including on their prior drive, Brock. A pretty important touchdown for him when you look at his season total. To the air here on first down, Rodgers. An alert play defensively there. Got a hand on it to tip it away, and that makes it 2nd down. Give now to the running back. And they've got him behind the line for a big loss. Defense looking to defend the marker on 3rd down. Rodgers here from the gun. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop him. Punt team on the field. And after that drive went backwards, he's going to send this one forward. Averaging a little under 50 a kick so far, Brock, as he gets away another one. Ball taken in at the 36. And before that return amounts to much, they bring him down. The kicking team got downfield quickly there. He didn't manage much on the return. And it'll be their football. First and 10 from the 41.
Let's go.
Working from the gun. Here's Stafford. Got a man. Bowers has it. And he's tackled after getting this to the opposing 46. Give him 13 on that play. And it'll give him a first down. New set of downs for him from the 46.
At the 46-yard line.
Off the play fake, it's Stafford. Completed here to Pickens. And they get this down roughly to the 34-yard line. Still on the move, coming to the line for first and 10. Stafford from the gun. Complete here to Bowers. And he's brought down at the 17-yard line. The big play nets him 17 yards. And that gives them the first.
From a great throw to a nice rock catch to moving the chains. There wasn't a whole lot not to like about that amazing play.
And they've got themselves another first and 10. They are running from the gun with Chubb. And it's a nice gain off a really good effort there just to stay upright. He managed 6 on the play, bringing up 2nd and 4.
Brings up 2nd and 4.
Shotgun snap to Stafford. They get to him and bring him down. And that pushes them back. 3rd down coming up.
That sure ended up being worst case scenario. Pass rush just kept coming and coming and bearing down. And he was looking for an escape that wasn't there. It's just one of those plays in hindsight, Kate, where you really got to understand, I got to cut bait, cut my losses, and avoid such a negative play.
Got to figure out this third down here. Stafford now. Finds him over the middle. Decent gain here, but short of the first.
Feet and eyes, Kate. Feet and eyes. They so often tell the story of every position on the field. When that quarterback's feet and eyes move to his secondary read, and so often it's a tight end, well, it's incumbent on that defense to fly to the ball. You want to make that tackle, force the fourth down? It took a great defensive effort to do it.
Katie York now on for the field goal. This from 30 yards out. Groupie sends it through. And that'll bring it back to within a score. The lead 7.
You always feel like you leave a few points on the field when you kick it from here, but they don't wind up empty-handed on the track. And the kicker, he gets to pad his stats a little bit with a high percentage make.
Fielded at the 7. Coverage team gets him down at the 26-yard line. Offense ready to begin this drive. 1st and 10. Blown back in the backfield, and he gets the handoff. And their struggles on the ground continue as he's tackled after a small gain. 8 yards to go. Let's see how they approach this 2nd down. From the 29. Dumped off to his running back. And he'll go down after fighting his way to the 32.
That's a defense's goal, right, Kate? Just get us to 3rd down so we can have a chance to get off the field. And that was a good adjustment on that stop in particular. When the back ended up being the target, we were able to keep him short of the sticks.
Part of what's earned him status, Brock, is one of the league's better tight ends are those hands, right? His dependable hands. So shouts to the defense there because he wasn't able to hang on that time.
Kate, it's one thing for these defenders to separate a receiver from the ball, but to do so on a stud tight end, that's big time.
And he gets his guys a few yards before they bring him down on the return. The offense being led back out by its quarterback as they get geared up for their next possession. And he has continued to own this defense and keep on throwing that football, partner, making this performance one that he's going to remember, but as you like to say, the defense would probably rather forget. And off to Chubb to start the drive. And he drives into a pile of defenders and is stopped right at the line. 2nd and 10. Need to get some positive yardage here.
Brings up 2nd and 10 at the 21-yard line.
Shotgun snap, looking to throw. He's throwing deep to the left side. Oh, no, they get him yet again. And they finally drag him down, but not until after a very nice return.
There's some serious self-scouting going on right now. What is this quarterback not seeing that has led to these 3 interceptions in just this game? And then overall, what is this offense doing that has this defense clued in coverage-wise to every route combination they're trying to throw?
Now outruns their offense to take over. They've certainly had no issue scoring, but their opponents have been right there with them, so they could really use some more points on this drive. 1st and 10, ball set up at the 48. Looking out of the gun, it's Rodgers. He goes back to him yet again, complete.
That is a textbook 1st down completion. Sets up 2nd and very manageable and creates space to take that shot downfield.
Off the play fake, here's Rodgers. That one is incomplete. Couldn't hang on through the contact.
See the pass, time up your hit, and jar that ball loose. Not a lot of players are hanging on to a well-placed hit like that one.
Complete beyond the marker. And they make the stop. We're going to say at about the 37-yard line. He manages a gain of 8 there. And it sets up first down. Markers reset, ball at the 37. First down throw by Rodgers. He had it for a moment, but a great defensive play to jar it loose. Incomplete. Well-timed strike by that defender to knock it free. So that brings up second down. Again, Rodgers. Caught quickly on the slant. And he runs this to the 25 before being brought down. 12 yards on that play, and a good call nets him the first. Throwing again, it's Rodgers. Has him on the quick hitter. And he's got a decent gain before being brought down.
Kid, I promise you, if you and I got to travel the country and watch young quarterbacks, even really good high school quarterbacks, out routes are the hardest to complete. Slants, goes, fades, all that stuff comes somewhat naturally, but really trusting yourself to throw that out route, that comes with time and experience.
That one goes for 15, and now they're going to have first and goal.
I'm sure coach and play caller doesn't mind making the job a little bit easier. You know, play calling's a lot simpler and easier when you count on the offense to move the chains on those early downs.
Throwing once again, Rodgers. And it's caught, touchdown! These guys make them pay for turning it over. They were throwing for it there, and they didn't care who knew about it, Brock. And it turns out, hey, nothing was going to stop them either.
Yeah, there's something about an empty formation. You are declaring to a defense, other than QB draw, this ball is going to be in the air. But at the same time, you also force the defense's hand. There's only so many coverages they can play, and they just exposed them.
Patterson tacks on the extra point. And these guys double their lead to 14.
41. Our home team, 27.
Here's Patterson now to kick this away. Hardman with a return. He stopped on the return at the 27. They're out and set, first and 10. They begin the drive with Chubb. And he won't get anything there. Several defenders nearby to hold him up. No progress on first down, and that'll bring up second and 10.
At the 27-yard line.
Bring it. Roll.
Here's a counter give to Chubb. They'll get 14 yards and a new set of downs.
Some backs are easier to tackle than others. Some, well, they just choose violence. They look for those opportunities to bust through tackles and keep those legs pumping.
On first down, here's Stafford. It's Pickens on the slant. And he made a bid for midfield there, but stopped on his own side at the 49. After a good pickup, they're set up with second and short. They toss it to Chubb. And the defense gets there to force a small loss.
Kid, I'll never forget walking into the Hall of Famer Dwight Freeney's meeting room with those defensive linemen. The late, great John Tierlink, his coach, he had a little sign up in his office, and it was sacks, and that money sign was the S, because ends and D-linemen make their money with sacks. But you win games when they stop the run like that for a tackle for loss.
They get 6 and a first down as well. New set of downs for him from the 46.
The 46-yard line.
A give to Chubb, running left. And they stop him after a good run that takes him down inside the 40. It's a solid 7-yard pickup on first down. Now they're going to have second and 3.
Brings up second and 3.
From the 39. This ball's cut by Bowers. And he's tackled with the first down yardage.
That's just great instincts. Go air it out on second down rather than just play conservative and run it. They hit a weak point in the coverage and don't need to worry about third down at all.
Throwing now on first down, Stafford.